This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Become a legendary supporter of the show by ordering your Commander Legends cards from cardkingdom.com. Hey friends, we just got a really sweet Kaldheim card revealed today, Toski, Bearer of Secrets. I'm first going to analyze the card and then briefly talk about the minor controversy this card has sparked. Toski, Bearer of Secrets has a casting cost of 4 mana, 3 generic and 1 green for a 1/1 legendary creature Squirrel, and comes with a couple abilities. It can't be countered and has indestructible, it attacks each combat if able, and the most important line of text here is that whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So Toski is a nutty source of card draw in creature heavy green decks, which happen to be most green decks. The more creatures you have dealing combat damage to players, the more cards you'll draw. So decks that can flood the board with creatures, like Elf Ball or token decks, will maximize the power of this ability. To consistently draw cards, you'll need to bypass blockers. So either your deck needs to be filled with creatures that have built-in evasion, or you'll want ways to give all your creatures evasion, like Bellowing Tangleworm or Sidar Kondo of Jamura. Drawing a card whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player is a relatively common form of card draw, primarily found in blue with classic examples like Coastal Piracy, but we've also seen this ability in green cards like Oran Frostfang. Of all the similar cards though, Toski seems like the strongest of the bunch. It has built-in protection from removal since it can't be countered and it's indestructible, which is a huge advantage compared to the other options. Green is also the best color at tutoring up creatures, so Toski being a green creature instead of an enchantment is another significant perk. Also, it means that it can draw a card itself, though you'll probably need to give Toski evasion to consistently do so. And while it doesn't give all your attacking creatures death touch like the Frostfang does, which is admittedly very sweet, Toski does cost 1 less mana, which means you can get it out a whole turn quicker, which is very significant. So overall, I think Toski is the best version of this effect out there. So where should you run Toski? Honestly, I think it's sweet both as a commander or as part of the 99 of any creature heavy green deck. Like I said, green is the best at tutoring up creatures, so if you're running a creature heavy green deck, then Toski is an easy inclusion in part of the 99 to tutor up when the situation is ideal to start drawing cards. Creature tutors like Green Sun's Zenith and Court of Calling are plentiful in green. Personally, I'm excited to run it in the 99 of my Edric Spy Master of Tress deck, because the only thing better than drawing 1 card each time my creatures deal combat damage is drawing 2 cards when my creatures deal combat damage. Toski is also getting a lot of hype as a commander for a beloved jank tribe that a lot of people have a soft spot for, Squirrel Tribal. We've had a silver bordered Squirrel Tribal leader with Earl of Squirrel, which technically isn't commander legal, though I think most playgroups would be fine with it if you asked in advance. But now we've got a black bordered commander legal option with Toski. Although it's a tiny tribe, squirrels naturally do go wide with token producers like Deranged Hermit, Deep Forest Hermit, and Acorn Harvest. Eventually, you win the game by overrunning your opponents with a squirrel army, or combo off with Squirrel Nest and Earthcraft to make infinite tokens. While Squirrel Tribal is still pretty weak, Toski being your commander will make the deck nuts. So yeah, Toski is a strong card. I think it will be stronger as part of the 99 of multicolored decks, but it's also solid as a commander and will make Squirrel Tribal fans very happy. And now I'll address the grumblings about the card that I've seen on the internet. I've been reading a lot of the initial reactions to Toski, and I have seen people complain about the card as a color pie break, or that the card is overpowered, or that green just doesn't deserve having Toski. So for the first point, no, Toski isn't a color pie break or even a color pie bend. While it's true that drawing cards based on creatures dealing damage is seen most often in blue, green has also been doing this ever since Histrodon back in Onslaught, which was released 18 years ago. Green has multiple commander staples that draw cards off creatures, such as Hunter's Insight and Hunter's Prowess, and more recently with cards like Keeper of Fables. Now, is Toski too strong? I don't think so. While I do think it's stronger than similar green cards like Keeper of Fables and Orin Frostfang, and its resiliency to removal is a bit obnoxious, nothing about Tosky appears groan-worthy to me. You need both creatures and evasion to get its value, which seems like a fair design to me. I think the frustration people are having with Tosky is just an overall fatigue with green in general, which I do think is a little overpowered in Commander at the moment. Commander is largely dictated by two fundamental resources, mana and card advantage. Green has always been the undisputed master of generating mana, which I think the overall community is fine with, but pair that with green's ever-increasing improvements in card advantage with cards like Tosky, and people get a little bit annoyed. A lot of people view green as the strongest overall color in Commander, so to see it constantly getting amazing new toys, while the weakest color, white, continues to have its fundamental problems ignored, is a bit frustrating to people. So I don't think it's Tosky that's a problem, I just think people are fed up with green. The card itself is really sweet. It's strong, but not format warping or anything like that. It's also a very sweet squirrel commander that will make fans of the tribe happy, so I'm really happy with it. And that's all I've got for now. I'll be back soon once there's more Kaldheim previews to talk about next week, so until next time friends, see ya! Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, help us out by clicking the like button down below. And to keep up with the latest and greatest, make sure to click the subscribe button. And if you want to watch similar videos, click on the links appearing on screen right now.